Guys, I'm happy to see you at our webinar. So I hope you're doing well. And here am I for you to talk about places in the city, and we are going to talk more about articles. So for us to get on the same page, I would like to ask you the question: what city are you from? Just text me in the chat where you are now, and let's check how many cities we have here. Actually, here you can see in the picture the city of Kyiv, and let's check how many people we have from Kyiv. Hello everyone. So my question is, what city are you from? Please text in the chat. Okay, as I can see, I don't have a lot of answers here, so maybe we can move on. I can see Victoria answers. Okay, so then we are going to check, maybe you want to share what is your favorite place in your city. Where do you like going, or where do you like spending your time? So, for us to start talking about places, I prepared for you a short list of some places that you can see at NMT. And I have 7 categories for that. So we have public and administrative places, transport and infrastructure, entertainment and leisure, hospitality and food services, religious places, commercial and shopping places, healthcare and education. Okay, thank you, Anna. And I would like to ask you, where are you from? Where do you live? So, when we're talking about these words, we won't have like a big part of this webinar about places, as I think you know most of them. But let's quickly check what we have there. So, first of all, you need to remember that when we're talking about some places, you should understand why we use them. For example, market, maybe sometimes you can think about supermarket, but market is actually рынок, for example. And when we are talking about pharmacy, we can check what it is. So it's apteka, so it is a place where we can buy some medicine. And now let's check all these words and play a small game where you need to guess what place is it. So let's start with the first one. And tell me please, what is a place where people come to buy something important for their health, and where people can get some advice on medicine For example, buy vitamins, painkillers, or bandages. So what is it? Any ideas? Okay, this is pharmacy. Thank you, Jana. Okay, Anna, try to write in English, as we have an English webinar. Yeah, it's pharmacy, it's apteka. Good, let's move on to the next. This is a religious building where people go to pray. Inside, people take off their shoes before entering and they pray on special carpets. You can hear a call to prayer from this place several times a day. What is this place? Okay, good. So, you think it's mosque and Orthodox. Do you know what is Orthodox? We can have Orthodox Church, for example. But Orthodox, it is... Do you remember this word? How to translate it? So it is pravoslavna. So for example, Orthodox Church, Orthodox holiday. So this, yeah, that is correct. Good. Then we said it's mosque. So it's not church. Pay attention, it's mosque. Usually we use mosque as a place to pray. Next, this is a special part of the street that helps people move safely from one side to the other. It usually has white stripes on the road and drivers must stop when people walk on it. What is this place? Any ideas? Okay, Yana, you are mostly correct. It's crosswalk. We cross the road by a crossroad or on a crosswalk. Okay, good, thank you. And number 4 is, this place represents a foreign country in another nation. If you need a visa or other official documents, you must visit this building. What is this city? What is this place? What can it be? Okay, that is correct. It's embassy. Good. And if we are talking about such place where you can have the same documents or you can ask for help, and we can have the head of the town maybe there. What city or what place is it? Yeah, it's embassy, but pay attention how we write it. It's E in the beginning. What do we call some administrative place where you can see the head of the town? Any ideas? Okay, council can be. It's a city hall. You can make make it easier. It's a city hall. Okay, good. And right now, of course, when we are talking about places of our city, we can't avoid the topic of traveling. And I want us to check some words that are related to tourist information. And here we need to choose the correct option. So let's start reading the first part. So mark by Tourist Information Office website, and let's check what we have in this on this website. Thank you for visiting our website. Our aim is to help you make the most of your holiday here. So there is something for everyone in mark by. Please take what you would like to us to send you, and be sure to leave your email or postal address. So here we have with you 10 different things that people can get in this city. And let's start with the first one. A brochure or paper showing places of interest in the area. What do we call the piece of paper that shows us places of interest? Yep. Okay, Daria, thank you. It's a brochure. Good. A paper, it is just our usual thing that we write some words on. So it doesn't fit here. What about number 2? A list of cultural occasions or events in the area, such as carnivals and festivals. What do you think? Thank you, Daria. Okay, this is events. You are correct. Then let's move on to number 3. Here we have some information about accommodation or accommodating and local campsites. Good job, Daria. So here we have accommodation. We remember accommodation, it's житло, right? And accommodating is not suitable here because we have ing, and we can understand it is like an adjective, and we don't need adjective here. Number 4, public transport plans or timetables. What do we use with transport? So, all right. Good. We can't use plans because plans, it is some list of things we need to do, for example, but timetable is when we have the list of buses, cars and trains, where we can check when they go somewhere. Good. Then number 5, maps or designs of the town and surrounding area. What do we use here? Okay, thank you. So there you should use maps of the town, and as Daria said, it's карти міста. Nice. What about number 6? Useful contact numbers or useful communication numbers to book tickets for shows and events. Anna, check how we write maps with letter A. And number 6, it is contact. Very nice. So we have contact numbers. If you want to ask for help, you can use them and get some help there. Okay, nice. What about number 7? Leaflets about local attractions with open or opening times and admission charges or costs. Milena, Anna, good. Thank you for answering. So we have 2 answers, open and opening, as I can see. What about admission charges or costs? Okay, good. So the first was opening. So these are times where these attractions are opened. So they are called opening times. And admission charges, because some people get some money for your attractions. So these are called admission charges. You should remember that. What about number 8? Website links to places of natural or nature beauty in the area. Okay, nature beauty. Natural. Let's see. Okay, you were correct. It was natural because, as you said, it is adjective. We have natural beauty. But if you don't have beauty here, you would say places of nature, and it will be correct. But pay attention that we have beauty after the adjective. Okay, number 9. Information about different site visiting or sightseeing tours. Okay, good. Sightseeing. Maybe somebody thinks it is site visiting. Okay, then it is sightseeing tours. And what is sightseeing? It is a place of interest. where you can check some museums, theaters, and etc. What about number 10? Suggestions for tourists on a thin budget or on a tight budget. So I'm happy that you think it's very easy for you. That means you know English very well. But stay with us and check the articles. Okay, good. That is tight budget, and Daria said it's обмежений, бюджет. Good. Thank you very much. So now we know that we have brochure when we want to talk about some places of interest. We have events, we have accommodation in the place, we can find some accommodation, we can have some transport timetables, we can have maps of the town, we can take a look at contact numbers, places of natural beauty, sightseeing tours, and etc. Nice. Now, I would like us to check 2 words that may be confusing when you have a test. These are charge and cost, because sometimes you think it is коштувати, right? But here is the difference. When we have charge, it means that a person or some organizations asks for money. For example, the tour operator charges $5 per one person. It means like він бере $5 за людину. Тобто ви маєте йому заплатити. But this tour costs $300. That means that the object is service is this price. Цей тур коштує. Тобто charge ми говоримо про людей, які беруть гроші. Cost – це про наш об'єкт і про те, скільки він коштує. And when we are talking about occasion and event, what is the difference between these two words? Oh, I'm sorry. So occasion, it is a special day that you will plan an event around. For example, we have nice occasion like birthday or anniversary or graduation. So we have kind of like привід святкувати. So occasion, it's like something that we will celebrate. We will have some event about it. But event, it's actually a planned activity. It can be a party. It can be some, I don't know, festival, carnival. So it is the event. It is some set of activities that you are going to do. And here I can give you like 2 examples. We have many occasions to celebrate. So у нас є багато приводів святкування. And event, it is, there are a lot of events in our city. У нас багато подій в нашому місті. And I can see that you said the same. So that it is some like привід, and we have event like подія. Good. Then we are going to move on, and the same. We are continue talking about city and some destinations, and now I would like you to take a look at 4 gaps that you can see and complete the text with the correct form of the word. What does it mean? There you can see and verbs and adjectives, so you need to change them to make them correctly. So they can be verbs, there can be adverbs, there can be adjectives. So you need to think what part of speech we should use here. Подумайте, яку частину мови ми маємо використати. So if we have this city always makes a great impression on. Завжди робить великий вплив. Impression. I forgot this word. So Okay, let it be. Makes a great impression on somebody. So here we need to use noun. Тут нам треба поставити іменник. And I can see Darina and Daria said it's travelers. So we had a verb travel. Yeah, thank you very much, Darina. It's враження. Yeah, I just forgot this word as a translation. So, вони справили велике враження на кого? На travelers. Good. So we made a noun out of a verb. Good. Then let's move on to number 2. And here we have the people of Amsterdam always take in their city and its history. What can it be? We have pride, we have take proudly. I really like that you chose proud, so you are on the correct way. And as you said, it was pride. Take pride, it's like пишатися. And that is very nice that you know this collocation. Good. Take pride. What about number 3? The last year's festivities were popular and attracted masses of people. Yeah, Daria, I see that you also answered about pride. Good. Jana, thank you. Okay, we have 2 answers, and we have hugely. And do you remember what part of speech is it? Yeah, Darina. We can't say mainly here, as we have were hugely popular. It means вони були дуже популярні. Якби величезного масштабу, I would say. Yeah, it's adverb, it's прислівник, yes. And number 4. If you have a minute, pay a visit to this vibrant city and visit some, if not all, of its spectacular what? Thank you, Yana. Okay, good. These are sayings. Yeah, Yana, your variant is also correct. I wouldn't say it's not correct, but we can say both sayings and sightseeings. Good. Then, now, let's check the text one more time. And if you have any questions to any word in this text, please ask me. Yeah, main is extra. You are correct. So we have only 4 gaps and we have 4 words for that. Alright, if you don't have any more questions, we are going to move on to the grammar part of our webinar, and we are going to talk about these 3 words, these 3 articles. These are a, an, and the. And as we have a lot of rules about these articles, I would like us to quickly check the rules, and then we are going to practice with you. So you said about hands. Let me check, please, where it is. Here we can see that отримала, I would say, hands, it's отримала назву одного з найбільш, and then we have like promising cities in Europe. Okay, then now we are going to move on to the articles, and there we will start with indefinite articles. These are a and an. I think all of you know that article a is used with words that start with consonants, with приголосні. Ми вживаємо артикль a лише з приголосними. And article an is used with words which start with vowels, голосні. An egg, an apple, an iPhone, and etc. And let's quickly check all the rules that we have. First of all, we use article a or an with singular countable nouns. З іменниками, які можемо порахувати і які стоять в однині. A dog, a cat, a place, a tower, and so on and so forth. Then, when we want to refer to something when it's mentioned for the first time, I have a cup of water. The cup is full of water. So, firstly, I used a, as it is the first time that I said about my cup. The second time, I used the, because it was the second time I mentioned this thing. Also, we use these articles with jobs and professions. A pilot, a teacher, a flight attendant, a student, etc. I work as a teacher, I am a student, he is a pilot. And we also use articles a or an with certain numbers and expressions of quantity. For example, we say 100, 1,000, we have a bit, a little, so we use this a with, we use these words with article a or an. And here you can see the examples. I saw a huge tower yesterday. We don't know what tower we are talking about, we just say that it was huge. Hello, Anika. So, I have a big house. We don't know what house we are talking about, we just state the fact that I have a big house. He is a pilot, we already know that with jobs and professions. I have 1,000 euros. 1,000 is used with a, and could you wait a little? A is used here, to use this expression of quantity. And if we are talking about definite article that is there, we are going to start with the main rule, that when we refer to something that has been mentioned before. As I said, I have a cup, the cup is blue. I have a big house, the house is surrounded by a garden. So here we use the because we already mentioned this house. Then we also call the for things that are unique. The sun is shining brightly. So we have the thing that is only one, the sun, the sky, the moon, the earth. That's why we use it with article there. Then, when we want to talk about specific person or thing, for example, the minister is in his office. We are talking exactly about this minister. We want to see only that person. Or the president, for example. Also, when we are talking about adjectives that refer to a group of that group to a group. Then we have a rule that we need to use article there when we talk about island groups, mountain ranges, oceans, rivers, and seas. The Carpathian Mountains are gorgeous. The Black Sea. The Pacific Ocean. So here you can see that we use article there. Also, when we are talking about people of a certain nationality, we also should use the Italians, the Ukrainian, the Americans, and etc. So here you can see the example. The Italians are proud of their cuisine. And we talk about, we use that when we talk about species of animals. The leopard is an endangered species. So here we don't use a leopard as one animal, we talk about the group of animals that are called leopard. And of course we use article there with superlative. The best, the most beautiful, the nicest, and etc. And here you have got one more example. iLearn is the best for NMT preparation. So I hope you will check our platform and do the test after our webinar. And I can see here some speaking. So girls, please check what we have here. And I've got one more example for you. Not just any old lion, the king of the jungle. Why do we use here that? Because he is the only one king of the jungle. We can't say that we have 2, 3 kings. Only lion is the king of the jungle. And we already discussed with you a and an. We discussed with you definite article there. But sometimes we have the case of no article at all. And let's quickly check the rules about the cases where we don't use article. We don't use article with abstract nouns, abstraktні поняття. And here you can see determination is what you need for success. Hope, love, kindness, something you can't touch, only feel, it is abstract. That's why we don't need to have article with this word. Also, we don't need article when we are talking about things in general. For example, women are hardworking. So there we are talking about women in general. That's why we don't need to say the here. But for example, we have the woman that I know is not hardworking at all. Here you use the because you already know what person you are talking about. Also, we don't use article with things, continents, countries, days, lakes, languages, and etc. For example, she lives in Lviv. My native language is Ukrainian. My favorite subject is chemistry. In all 3 cases, we don't use article. So, for example, we have the Carpathian Mountains because it's a mountain range, but we have mountain Hoverla because it's only one mountain, only one specific mountain. Next one is that we don't use article when we use some expressions with transport, we usually use transport with the word by. So we like traveling by train, we like going by bus. So here you don't need any article, so please pay attention that we don't need to put it at the test. And the last case that we have, some expressions we just don't need article there. To hospital, at home, in prison, at university, at work, at school, and etc. So please now check all of these rules, like keep them in mind, and don't forget that a few countries take the definite article, such countries as the UK, United Kingdom. When we have the word kingdom, we use it with article there. The USA, the Netherlands, the United Arab Emirates, and the Dominican Republic. When we have such words as kingdom or republic, we need to use the. And to sum up, let's quickly check one task. There you already have a, an, the, and no article. And let's check what option we should choose there. Let's start with number 1. And let's read. I like blue t-shirt over there better than the red one. I would like you to also write the explanation why you chose that. Everybody thinks it's that, and actually this is a correct answer. Here we use that because we know what t-shirt we are talking about, because it was the blue t-shirt over there better than the red one. So we have two things that we know we are talking about. Yeah, because we already talked about it. Yes, Daria, good. What about number 2? Their car does 150 miles and the or no article hour. Okay. Even if we have H in the beginning, we know that it pronounces as hour. That's why it starts with vowel, голосна, and we need to use N, miles an hour. Good. Number 3. Where's USB drive I lent you last week? Okay, the USB. Okay, good. It is there because we talk about certain USB drive and we already know what we are talking about. Number 4. Do you still live in Bristol? Okay. Okay, good. So we use no article here as we are talking about city. Good. What about number 5? Okay, Ira, you can of course watch a record, so it will be for you on YouTube or on iLearn. So number 5. Is your mother working in old office building? Okay, here we have two options, the and Okay, yeah, we have just old office building. We don't know what office building we are talking about, so we use N. Nice. Then number 6. Carol's father works as electrician. Thank you, Ira. Okay, so we know that we use indefinite article an for jobs. That's why we use an electrician. Here I have a mistake, so you are correct, it is an. Good. Number 7. What about tomatoes? Okay, we already discussed with you this, so it's a kilo. Absolutely right. Now I see that you are very active. At the beginning of the webinar you weren't so active, so thank you very much for your activeness. And number 8. What do you usually have for? Anika thinks it's them. Nothing. We have 3 options. No article. Yep. Pay attention that we don't use article with breakfast. So we have for breakfast, we have dinner, we have lunch without any article. Okay. Number 9. Yes, Darina. Number 9. Ben has terrible headache. What should we put here? You think it's a? Okay, and you are totally correct. Good. Now we're moving on to the last sentence. After this tour, you have whole afternoon free to explore the city. Yeah, so when we talk about the word whole, we use the. Absolutely right. Thank you very much. And now we are going to the next task, where you need just to fill in the gaps with the articles a, an, the, or maybe no article at all. So we are going to start with sentence number 1. And here we have, I like listening to a music, to an music, the music, or just music. So first is no article and the. Okay, good. So the first one, yes, it is general abstract thing. We don't use anything. And most relaxing, it is superlative. That's why we use the. You are correct. Good job. Number 2. Money he gave me wasn't enough. Here, pay attention that we don't have an idea what money it was, so I think we need to think about it. Okay, in this case, I would use just money, but if we had more context, I would say that the money would also be possible. But okay, for now we use it as a general thing, without any context. But if we have some more details, we would use that. Number 3, we have he doesn't like dogs. One bit him when he was a child. Pay attention that a is not possible in this case because money isn't countable noun. Money – це не злічуваний іменник в англійській мові. Okay, number 3. No article, no article. Yeah, general thing, no article. Good. Number 4. The salt, assault, no article. Okay, it was no article. We can't count salt. We can't use a. And we don't talk about salt like some specific thing. That's why we don't need article at all. What about number 5? Do you want apple? I've got 2 in my bag. Okay, that was an easy one. So it was an apple. All right. So we don't talk about some specific apple, and we use an. Number 6. Okay, now you know that. And maybe in the chat you can write me 2 more countries that we use with article the. Okay, what about number 7? This is my uncle Phil. He's teacher and he lives in London. Thank you, Milena. Okay, Daria, thank you very much. So, firstly, we use a as we talk about job, and London we don't use article because it's a city. And the last sentence for you is the university where you live. Okay, Ira, Daria, thank you. Yeah, you are correct. All right. Yeah, we talk about some not specific and university. That's why we use article A. Okay, good. And of course, I would like us to have kind of small task of use of English. There you will see articles and some different words. Let's have with you this task as a last task for today to complete, to sum up, and we are going to start with the first gap. So here, please pay your attention to the context, as here we have the whole text, and you need to understand whether this thing was mentioned before or no. So let's start with the first, and here, scout. Actually, it is the word. In Ukrainian, I know it's the same translation. It's like scout. It is a person who finds maybe some. How to explain it to you? В українській мові так і кажуть скаут. Я б не сказала вам, що є окреме слово для цього. Вони якби випробовують в цьому контексті. Вони випробовують різні активності. Випробовують різні подарунки, куди можна поїхати. От вони займаються таким. Але загалом скаут це різна вони можуть по-різному транслюватися. Maybe. Okay, what about... Yeah, sure. So, scout. A job that combines adventure, sports, and a keen eye for potential gifts is that of talent scout. So, you think number 1 is... Okay, yeah, here we are talking about job, that's why we use M. A scout travels the world in search of new and promising athletes. They go to various locations, from boxing rings to football fields, ice rinks, and even mountain slopes, looking for an athlete for who has the potential to stand out from the crowd. Тобто тут у нас є людина, яка подорожує і шукає спортсменів. Тобто Дар'я казала про шукача, можливо, є такий варіант сказати, що це шукач. Number 2 is who. Yes, you are correct. Number 3. For example, a scout might visit a remote village that, where, which, when kids are practicing sports like archery or basketball. Here we have where, because here we have some village, де діти займаються спортом. That is correct. Number 4. These places are often off the beaten path, but the scout knows that talent can appear anywhere, even in a, an, the, no article, most unlikely spots. Here we have there, as we are talking about most unlikely sports. Here we have superlative. While traveling, a scout might find it difficult to adjust to a, an, the, no article, new environments, but they must make sure to keep fit in the gym or during daily workout. Good. No article, as here we have plural word and we don't need article for it. Then we have, it's common to see scouts in action, watching athletes closely and taking notes about their performance, whether it's on the track or in stadium. Okay, here we have two options, an and the. But here we have the. Here we had it on the track or in the stadium. One of the most exciting parts of the job is watching an athlete goodly, hardly, lastly, slowly improve and make progress. So how can they improve? They can improve slowly, yes. And often a scout will give advice to athletes on the best way to advance their skills or suggest tips on using right equipment like shoes, gloves, or even a wetsuit for swimmers. Okay, I can see Daria said goodly. We can't say goodly, we have the word well for that. Yeah, and here we have the right equipment, as we have some exact equipment here. Shoes, gloves, wetsuit, and etc. Okay, I hope you liked this webinar and it was useful for you. And I'm very thankful for you that you stayed with me until the last minute. And I have two small questions for you. If you had a chance, would you cancel this test? And if you are ready for the test, will you pass it? So if you can answer these questions, it means that you already know some part of conditionals. And that will be the next webinar of iLearn. So next webinar, we are going to talk about conditionals, all of them. So please check the schedule, and I will see you the next time at the same time. So have a good evening and goodbye. Thank you.